You have a really exciting project that is coming to theaters because of Bethlehem. It hits theaters December 5th, 6th, and 7th. What can you tell us about this?
Well, first of all, thank you for letting me be on your wonderful program to discuss it. And then second, I'm really of the conviction we need a lot of Christmas this Christmas. I mean, with everything going on in the world, the globe feels so fragile, Billy. Just feels so fragile. I mean, just let the wrong person press the wrong red button. And we're living in this spirit of angst and division. So I'm very grateful that by God's good timing, we have an added emphasis on Christmas this Christmas, and it's a wonderful evening. It really is. It's an event in theaters that includes some wonderful music, beautiful setting. The teaching is decent, but we'll have to put up with him. Everything it really sets itself up, I think, for being a delightful evening. It's called Because of Bethlehem. Because of Bethlehem, December 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Well, and I love that people get to experience this in the theater. And what you said is so true. I think right now, a lot of people are feeling the pain, the pressure, and it's happening at the individual level, at the country level, at the international level, watching the events that are unfolding. And what you said is so true. People need a lot of Christmas this year. And you have written a lot on Christmas. Obviously, being an author and a pastor, the Christmas story is one of the major centerpieces of the gospel. But for you, what is it that brings you back to Christmas so often to work on these kinds of projects?
The uniqueness of the Christian faith is that we believe in a God who came to us before we went to him. Every other theology, philosophy, every other approach to God says, do this, and maybe God will notice you or accept you. It's a relationship based on performance. The wonderful grace of Christmas is that we celebrate the God who came to us first. Before we even knew we needed him, he was here. And not only was he here not in the form of a volcano, lightning bolt, or angry prophet, but he was here in the form of a baby. He was here in the form of an embryo. He was here in the form of a seed. And he could not have condescended more. He could have not have gone further. And not only that, he was born in humility, not born in a castle in Rome or some villa in Greece, but he condescended himself to the home of a simple carpenter, a map dot of a town on the outskirts of the Roman Empire. I mean, what more could he have done? And then on top of that, as if there were more, he lived in obscurity and anonymity for 30 years. And so he is the picture. He is the picture of grace, God entering our world, finding us, seeking us out. And so I just never get tired of that story, Billy. I love telling it. I love hearing it. I love looking for new ways to share it. And so Christmas is my favorite time of the year, far and above. And again, given what the world is going through right now, don't we need a reminder of a God who put off by the mess that we make of this globe, but who comes looking for us? I think the world is hungry with that in mind.
Yeah, and that hope that we find in this reality that God, coming in human form and going through all of the struggles and all of the temptations, but never falling to them, right? All the things we all go through, knowing what that feels like to go through the temptation of it and never falling. It's such an incredible story. And to your point, I mean, everybody talks about the magic of Christmas, right? The way the season feels. That's why it feels that way, because this very real thing happened that impacts all of our lives and throughout humanity, all of humanity's lives. And so when you look at this film in particular and this theatrical experience that helps bring that to life, what are you hoping the audience leaves with?
Well, number one, I hope they leave with a sense of God's sovereignty, a sense that if God can do what he did then he can manage what we're seeing now. I hope that people leave the theaters with a healthy escape. We all talk about, well, I just need an escape. I need to get away from it all. That's great. Go watch a good, adventure movie. Nothing wrong with that. But there's a healthy escape in which we escape into the presence of God. We turn away from the anxiety, the news, the conflict, the division that's in the world, and we escape into God's room, and we listen to him. We worship him, and we ponder him, and we leave better. We leave better. The other escapes, we leave maybe a bit, refreshed, but then we re-enter the world and nothing has changed.
Mm.
When we ponder the presence and the goodness of God, we re-enter the world, but we've been changed. We've been changed. We equip ourselves with information and truth that enables us to face these challenges. And so I pray that people this Christmas avail themselves of every single opportunity, and this movie included, but every worship service, every devotional book, every Christmas song, every time we sing Away in the Manger. I think we just need to allow ourselves to be immersed this year in the message and the meaning and the beauty of Christmas. I'm really excited about this particular project because I think the timing is great. But I encourage people, not just this project, not just this movie, but anytime you have a chance, allow yourself to enter into a spirit of Christmas worship.
No, I love that. And it's so needed right now. It's so needed. And, we're also entering into, and of course, we're not here to talk politics, but we're entering into, it's going to be a divisive year, right? And I think we need to prepare our hearts and our minds to process and deal with that, regardless of where people are on whatever the issues or the people are. It's going to be a tough year. So it's tough now. It's going to get tougher in the next year, right? So
great point, Billy. I've already had a couple of people say, if so-and-so gets elected, I don't know. If so-and-so gets elected, I don't. And, maybe we just need next year to devote ourselves to the sovereignty of God. No matter who is elected, God is elected. He is still on the throne. He has guided people through tough times in terms of leadership since the very beginning. We said Elijah survived Ahab and Jezebel. I'm sure we can survive whoever ends up in the White House.
That's a very good point. If you could survive Jezebel, you're going to be able to survive anything. But it's true. I mean, it is. And I look at your life in ministry. I mean, you've been doing ministry for a long time, and you have been encouraging others and inspiring others. What has kept you going? Because these hard times you talk about, there are hard times in churches, there are hard times in life. You went through health struggles over the past couple of years. What has kept you going and so on fire for the Lord in your ministry?
I appreciate that, Billy. I don't know if I've lived up to what you just said, because there are tough times, and there are times that I just really struggle to put one foot in front of the other. I've been a pastor of the same church now since 1988. I entered the ministry in 1979, so I've seen a lot of stuff through the years. I think where I keep coming back to the fact is that I'm a redeemed drunk. I was a misfit. I was a bum. I would not want my daughters to go out with the 20-year-old version of Max. I was a mess. I was a train wreck waiting to happen. And so when God rescued me, it was very dramatic. Probably no doubt, not the most dramatic conversion in history, but it was dramatic enough to get my attention. And I've never really recovered from my sense of gratitude, because I come from a family of drinkers, and I see what alcohol can do to a family, to a person, to a legacy. And so I think I'm just grateful, Billy. I'm just grateful. I'm a great sinner, but I serve a great Savior, and this boils down to that.
Well, and that gratitude that carries over into everything you do. This film, because of Bethlehem, again, it hits December 5th, 6th, and 7th. It gives us a chance to really be grateful for the greatest gift, that we have been given, which is Jesus. And I just appreciate you and the work you do, and really looking forward to seeing how the audience responds to this. And thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, and let me quickly mention we have performances by C.C. Winans, Matthew West, Ann Wilson, Matt Maher, and Evan Kraft.
Wow.
Amazing music, just beautiful music. I hope people will go to the theater. I hope they'll bring their family and friends. Again, we need a lot of Christmas this Christmas, and this is one way to begin the season.
Well, and thank you for helping bring us some more Christmas this Christmas. Those music acts are all phenomenal, and we encourage people to grab tickets and check out Because of Bethlehem. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you, sir. Great to talk to you.